Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yadagarasu. Thinking back everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise.
Thank you for flying iFly Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts.
March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight I-39, 390. First floor lounge. I can read.
Sure you can.
Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Okay. Is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Oh, oops. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later. Or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitated. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in that murder that happened in an elevator. How long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I'm a big boy now. I need to behave like one. Oh, what the? What in the world happened?
Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your Eek! He's dead!
Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
You murderer!
No! You have it all wrong. It wasn't me. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. First class.
Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight.
An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder.
What? Murder? What's going on with this flight?
Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated.
But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off.
Let me off the flight right now.
Just jump out the fucking window.
I'm dying. Okay. please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit.
I ask that everyone please remain calm.
What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm?
My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor and I assure you I am not the killer.
Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy.
Now you listen there, I'm not the killer. I simply found the body.
He's getting very pissed off. So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swore on my honor as a professional flight attendant.
Oh, is that right?
I know what I saw, and there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up.
What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about?
We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, we will remain in our custody. You will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I am very sorry, but please understand our situation.
Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine. And the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, isn't it? Is it?
Yes?
She has... her, bun is like a cube. Her hair bun.
Yeah, I don't know why or how she did that.
I don't know either.
It's odd.
Yep.
I was wondering if you might give me a chance.
A chance to do what?
A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense, can a professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? It earns my respect too, yeah.
You have a point. Very well. I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick.
Of course, as you wish.
Good. Very well then, let's get started.
I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred.
What Miss Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant.
No, she's under oath. Okay.
Oh,
it's not just
there's
one cube.
3 square bump.
That's even more impressive.
That's quite the hairdo.
Yeah.
Must have taken a lot of hairspray.
I swear. Okay. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land.
And that's it? That's our evidence?
I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Rebuttal. Hold on, let me get a drink. Real quick. I need drink.
Just gonna drink the day away. I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I could see that.
Supposed to look like a Japanese palace. Okay. Anyway. Oh, that's the wrong button. Press.
Hold it! Tell me, what exactly puts a pro and professional flight attendant for you?
Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. But I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right?
It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I am the one other suspicion.
And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable.
Oh? Seem sure of yourself.
Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes, after all.
Perhaps, but you must admit there are a few who can look at the murder with a clear mind.
We attendants all go through extensive training and all are always calm and collected. That explains the eek, but whatever. We'll even calmly serve you coffee, if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown.
I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency.
Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That's the duty of all professional flight attendants.
We certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony?
Press.
Yes, what did you see in front of the elevator?
That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in light coming from within. It was you sitting there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon.
The murder weapon dripping with blood? Really now?
I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be a widespread panic by now.
As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time.
Excuse me?
You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder.
Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered.
Please.
I witnessed the murder scene and I'm now listening to your defense, all with a smile.
Wow. You also lie with a smile on your face. Well, I don't think she's lying. I'm not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me.
Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now.
And what exactly is my situation?
I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound in this way. We're within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who had been arrested by the police.
So I am to stay restrained until I can clear up all of our doubts? At least I'm close. A mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud. I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence.
Hey, sweetie.
What?
You're cute.
You're cute.
That was a travel wallet. In no way that could have been the murder weapon.
Objection! Mr. Nero!
What was with the yelling all of a sudden?
Force of habit.
Oh, of course.
I think I appreciated the brevity of the dialogue in the previous thing for a split second. It went away though, I'm saying. I get that. It was kind of nice to have like just like dialogue where it's like, I didn't do it. This is the thing. And then like you were like, that's not the thing. Okay, I do it. I did it. I think it was kind of nice how like cases were resolved that quickly.
Yeah.
I guess it has its charms, but also after a while it's just not great. You can't keep playing that for too long. It's just nuts. Anyway.
Well, it doesn't matter. Mr. Nero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Yes, all that blood, drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you.
Come on, dude, don't be a dick. She saw a murder. Anyone would be flustered like that. Oh, she is like saying that she wouldn't be, so I guess you can. But still. What?
I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is?
It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky.
The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator? Was this very travel wallet, Mr. Nero.
What? Impossible!
Well then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet?
I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice.
Then...
That's right. You mistook the grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist.
No!
There. That should clear up that pesky accusation.
Oh, wait just a sec. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand you show me what's inside, please.
She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've caught her. Yeah. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light.
No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself.
She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me.
All right. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here.
It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. As long as your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look?
Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is...
Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Agby Hicks, which makes the victim's property. Which makes it the victim's property. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you?
How dare you!
You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I didn't misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is.
Yeah, theft doesn't equal murder. But okay.
As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You're out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you?
Even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. I already think that, like, that is not the case, because if you look at this, like, there's a lot of money still on the ground. If I wanted money, I should have picked it up. But whatever.
How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you for a foul play? Okay, great. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet.
Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I didn't murder the victim?
Not at all.
Why not?
Because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was.
Yeah, sure. You think I stole it?
Yes. I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage.
It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like you to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet.
I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I've never even met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight.
But that is more than enough of a reason.
How do you figure?
He was sitting in first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? Blah.
You think I was after his money? Well, where did that cockamamie idea come from?
I don't know that word.
Cockamamie, I don't know.
I can't
It's
tell
Mouse
you
Edgeworth.
how to pronounce it because I don't know.
It's Edgeworth using his expensive words.
Expensive words.
Yep. True, you are also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you and some deeply etched lines on your forehead.
They're not lines, they're perfectly normal, they're part of my natural face.
Ridiculous. Cockamamie. Cool.
Okay.
Makes sense. I don't think I've ever met someone with such terrible countenance on the flight before. And that's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble.
She really is making a fool of herself pursuing this line of logic. You should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony. I wonder if I might get a word in, Mr. Nero.
Well, what is it now?
Mr. Nero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. On a glance at the crime scene, you should have told you that. Take that! You may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor.
Ah!
That's right, the floor is covered in bills and coinage. The rationale, these were the very things the killer was after.
Ah!
I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with this killer, and I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money.
But the wallet!
Ah, yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks's password. Passport.
Ah!
You are really insisting that it was a cream based on greed. Jesus. A crime based on greed.
Reach.
Then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet.
I... Forgive me! Please! Okay.
Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? That guy isn't the killer? Huh, don't believe it, everyone, it's a trick.
Will you all please be quiet? Mr. Nero,
Yes?
you lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark. There's like a line going through through the sprites for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. Anyway. Plus the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you for releasing me. I, plant, fish, man, bowing guy, scissors, leaf, arrow, guy, squiggles, bowing man, key. That's how he speaks. Oh, hi. What is it now? Mr. Nero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged.
It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, the attendant. Yes, sir. I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport.
Which reminds me a bit of Akane Tendo. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly were you hoping for?
What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you.
Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land.
You! How dare you try to waste my time!
You're the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I want to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English.
Insolvent? Well, I bet I don't dissolve in the water, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I'm Zinc LeBlanc too. I am a very wealthy man in the Borginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? You said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout? I have to explain? Unbelievable! I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say.
Yes, and yet you continue to blather on.
I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock.
They're on a plane. Are there really times on a plane?
There are times on the plane. They use times from either the like departure country or like the time zone they're going to. Basically. Yeah. And going to makes the most sense because then you can like make sure that your arrival knows when to come, etc.
Yeah.
At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6?
Oh, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Hicks was the name, was it? Then I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. The only person in the lounge at that time was his prosecutor, yes?
Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time.
Me too, I was watching the movie and enjoying the fine glass of grape juice. I was still eating. Still haven't finished, see? Oh gosh, look at that food.
That's a lot. That piece of bread is bigger than his torso.
I can't quite hear that. You sound a little muffled.
I said that piece of bread was bigger than his torso.
It is.
Other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them. With them, I suppose. No compliant, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But do you have, what you say, the evidence?
Sweetie.
The first time I played it, I was too young to understand that he was like butchering English. Well, not butchering. He's not butchering it. He's just making small mistakes.
Sweetie.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all?
Mr. LeBlanc,
Rainy,
Yeah?
can you turn down the volume more?
Sure.
Because you keep... As you're getting into the voices, you're getting louder.
Whoops. Is that better? Sweetie Bun, is that better? I turned it down by 4.
Talk loudly again.
Okay, loudly talking now.
More.
A little more?
Okay, is this better? Great.
Okay.
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose what you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course! I was looking at that man the whole time! He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. With that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. He was playing games on the flight. Oh no! How terrible. Oh, a cell phone.
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone? A laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw.
If there's one thing I don't like, it's like people who know what real art or beauty is, and like just make like pretending that like whatever suits them the most is real art or is good. Whatever they don't like, whatever like doesn't satisfy their tastes is bad.
Yeah, you get that a lot with people, especially into like very traditional high art sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
They get sort of too uptight. It happened a lot earlier when like art was exclusively sculpture and
Paintings.
paint on canvas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Painting on a computer isn't real art. Even I could do it. Meh, 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 meh.
I am talking centuries before computers existed.
I know. But like, it is a thing.
But okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot too, like whenever like music. I've had some times where like people would like listen to like the music I had like coming from my game, and once they know it's from a video game, they don't like it, which is weird. Like for example, my mom She really can't, like, stand, like, bleeps and bloops and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Not just because she can't stand it, it, like, messes with her head a little bit, too. But, like, she's very careful with that. So, yeah. That's an
Okay.
example, but it's not a malicious example, as it were. But yeah.
Mr. Nero,
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
What? You want to examine the crime scene?
It would grant me a little measure of time. I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English.
It's fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier.
Huh, that's interesting. And my dad has it a little bit too when it's like when it's not a strategy game, but he also understands that it's like because of different tastes as well. So it's kind of half and half.
And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Mr. Nero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
I understand. Let me see what a captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved! Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
Ha! We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable!
I'm in your debt, Mr. Nero.
However, there's one condition. I'm to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural that, as I am still a suspect in this case.
Grr. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button.
Yes, of course, the partner button. That certainly is something realistic. Time to head to the scene of the crime. The first floor. First floor lounge. Whoops.
Touch her button.
I'm so gonna touch her button.
First floor lounge. I want to help you for your help back there, Mr. Nero. We're going to investigate now, so I'm going to drop the voice acting for a bit. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting your permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed. I see, I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. We wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. When my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat. We made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. We found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure.
What other thing? No one else had been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Okay, time to investigate.
Nice.
Okay. Only the first and second floor, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. That's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Mr. iFly. Great. This bank is limited edition and so popular we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. But it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. Don't freeze, please. Is this it? Uh-oh. This is a problem. It's
Oh,
freezing!
Oh dear.